Hello again, gamers. Welcome back to the Board Game Captain. I'm the Captain.
I'm Lynn.
And today we're going to be showing you how to play and rating and reviewing Breakdancing Meeples here. So I want to give a big shout out to Atlas Games who published this game and thank them for sending us a free copy of Breakdancing Meeples to play and try out and do some content with. So before we get too into this, I also want to direct you to check out links in the description below to BoardGameCaptain.com, which is a great hub for all things Board Game Captain, as well as our merch store. If you want to get some cool gamer gear, t-shirts, mugs, etc., you can head over to our Teespring store. And also, my Patreon is down there if you'd like to support the channel. So, Breakdancing Meeples, 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up, and 5 minutes.
Well, technically, I suppose that's correct with the
it's
timer.
Yeah, that's not right. No, that's wrong because you need time to count the points and stuff. But it's not much more. I'd say maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's about 10 minutes full. It's 5 minutes of real time play. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? No, age is 8 and up.
I think that's fine.
I mean, to get the rules, sure. But I don't know. I kind of feel like I want to put it a year or two higher. I don't know. Maybe just for honesty's purposes. Some 8-year-olds would be fine.
It's just throwing meeples on the table.
And seeing if they're in the right position.
It's not that difficult.
No, it isn't. It's very easy to play. 2 to 4 players. This game plays equally well at every player count. Like, would you agree with that? So it comes in a little tin. Some tins I don't like when they're not able to be stacked, but this one's nice and flat. And it can be on its side in a shelf, or it can be stacked under or on top of things. So actually, I think this tin is fine. Then it comes with a bunch of cards and 4 different teams and a rule book. So the cards, I'm going to let you talk about the cards, because the cards are your favorite type of printing, which is they're that glossy finish.
Oh.
Did you not even notice?
No, I don't pay attention to these things.
But you said those are your favorite kind. I always like the linen finish.
Well, they're easier to shuffle.
All right.
The glossy ones.
I always find the linen finish easier to shuffle, but maybe that's just me. You're a better shuffler than I am. So the rules are quite easy to understand. And one component we forgot to mention is you'll need your cell phone. You can use a 1-minute timer for this, but it works best with an app that you can download that it will show you in the tutorial portion. It's really cool. It plays a little bit of music and it times things for you, and also has a character shouting things out, which is kind of fun.
Accidentally shuffled in the
cards. So let me show you some of these cards. They show breakdancing routines on them, which show basically the positions you have to get the meeples in to be able to get points, and then you put cubes on the points from left to right. We're going to show you all that while we're showing you how to play the game. I do want to draw attention to these meeples because they are awesome. They have each color has is it 6 cubes?
Yeah.
And 5 meeples. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 meeples, and they're not just meeples. So the red meeples are wearing sneakers, which is awesome. They each have some kind of iconic clothing that you might see breakdancers wear. The green meeples are wearing a tank top with like a graffiti logo on it. The yellow meeples are wearing giant gold medallion and gold chain. And the blue meeples, what do the blue meeples have?
They have a hat.
Oh, they're wearing what kind of hat is it?
It just looks like a baseball hat. Like the flat bill one.
It might either be a backwards baseball hat, or it might be a knit hat. I'm not really sure which. It could be either based on the picture. It's a little hard to tell.
It's a backwards baseball cap.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah, you're right. Because that's the adjuster, right?
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all the components. Now we're going to head over and we're going to show you how this game plays. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about how this game plays and feels. And we're going to rate it and review it. Okay. So here we are, set up and ready to play a 2-player game of Breakdancing Meeples. I'm on this side of the table playing red. More specifically, my breakdancing team are called the Red Naughts.
And I am over here playing blue. Their team name is Bludicrous.
Now, the way this game goes is you turn on the app, and if you don't have the app, it tells you how long to set a timer for. But the app is actually something I do recommend playing with it. You pick the colors that you're using, so I'm picking red noughts and ludicrous. Hit continue, and then when you're ready, you're going to hit the start. Once you're ready, it's real time, and you have to roll the meeples like dice. And the different routines, the breakdance routines, will show you whether the meeple needs to be on its side, on its feet, or in some cases on its head, which is when it's resting on its head and shoulder. When you roll them, if they wind up in those positions, you can put them on the spot there. If you fill all the spots, you can place a cube on the leftmost cube spot, which is going to be worth that many points, and then pull those meeples back off. You keep rolling as quick as you can until you run out of time. At the end of a round, you count up points. You can possibly get new cards, and we're going to show you how that all works. We're just going to run you through a full round. Usually you play 4 rounds, and then the high score wins. Are you ready, Glenn?
Yes, but also make sure that your phone is not on silent.
Fair enough. All right, let's do this.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay. Ooh, I got one on his head there. Ooh, walk the baby.
Keep dancing.
Early bird.
Okay, the ones laying on the back are nothing.
Ludicrous.
Walk the baby. Whoops, I pulled one off there.
Oh, early bird.
That's the halfway point.
I got another guy on his head. Everybody's on their head, and I don't need them on their head.
Early bird.
Come on. Oh, there we go.
Ludicrous.
Break red.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
No.
3, 2.
Ludicrous.
Oh, no. Oh, I probably just got creamed.
I got all of them.
Yeah, wow, you filled it up. Yeah, I was only able to get 3 cubes, and there was nothing. Oh, wait a minute. I got one left. Yeah. Walk the baby. I got one more walk the baby with my last roll. Okay, so that's kind of how it goes. So now we hit continue, and it's going to ask you how many points you got. So, Lynn, how many points did you get with Ludicrous?
I got 10. Wait, no, sorry, 8. Can't count.
It is 8. Okay, so I'm going to give you 8 points. And then with red noughts, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm a bit behind. So so the score shows you right on the app where you're currently at. You hit confirm, and then what happens is it tells you in the order for how many cards you draw and who's going to choose first. So we are drawing 3 cards because it's the number of players plus 1. And then, because I'm losing, I get to pick first. So I'm going to either choose to take a routine, or sometimes there are special cards that come up that may cost you points, but give you extra abilities. So out of these, I might say choose to take Notorious. It's a very difficult routine. It requires you to get 4 meeples in the right spaces, but each time you get it, it's worth 5 points. So you can only have up to 3 routine cards. Now let's pull up some of the cards to show some of the special cards for when they come up. God, they were buried deep this time. Here we go. Laundry Day here. This would cost you 1 point, and you would have to tell the app that you had spent that point. And then you slide it under a card, and it has a spot. It says, if the attached routine has 2 or more cubes on it, you can, for free, place a cube here, and it's worth another 3 points. So, for instance, I was doing well on Walk the Baby. I kept getting that a lot. Maybe I'd want to put it under Walk the Baby. And if I get at least 2 cubes on Walk the Baby, I get another free cube worth 3 points. Some other ones that come up that are interesting are cards like this, where they become a routine, but they don't earn you points. Instead, 2 breakdancers in the same position can be put on here to take 1 breakdancer on their back, who's usually worthless, and turn him to any position, which this can be really awesome for helping to fill your other routines, though it doesn't get you points directly itself. And that's how you play a game of Breakdancing Meeples. You go for 4 rounds, and then the highest scoring team wins the game of Breakdancing Meeples. So now we're going to head back. We're going to talk about how this game plays and how it feels, and we're going to rate it and review it. Okay, welcome back. So that was how you play a game of Breakdancing Meeples. So now this was a game that you were very excited to hear was going to be made by Atlas Games when they started talking about it, weren't you?
Yes.
Now, why were you super excited to hear about Breakdancing Meeples?
Because I really love the movies Breakin' and Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're like nuts for those movies. We grew up when those movies were on TV like every other week back in the 80s. And early 90s too, for that matter. There were channels those were played a lot, and I saw them, but I was never obsessed with them like you were. Like you had them on VHS and used to watch them all the time, and then we've got them on.
We have them on DVD now.
I was gonna say I was pretty sure.
Blu-ray, one of them.
I'm not sure which. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought them for you on disc as a present because we didn't have we didn't have a VCR anymore. Okay, so as you can see, this game is a real-time game done with an app. Where you're looking to set collect, basically, to get points. Negatives. Do you have any negatives you want to draw attention to Breakdancing Meeples?
Not really. The only thing is just, like, I wish to be more thematic. I wish that the music on the app changed. Like, it's the same, like,
well, that's
every time.
That is something they could improve. Since it's an app, they could get more tunes in there.
Yeah.
Possibly. Maybe they will in the future, but right now they don't.
And I don't know how this would, like, really work. I don't know. Also, another thematic thing is, like, when you watch, like, Breakin' or Breakin' 2, it's, like, the teams, and there's multiple people. It would be cool if there were rules to have, like, multiple players on the same team and, like, switch off, like they do in the movies. But, again,
It sounds like you just want to redesign the game yourself at this point.
It's just thematic.
Okay. Okay, so you feel there's a couple of missed opportunities. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, like, they could have had alternate play, like, alternate.
Okay, I personally, I think this game is very thematic. I don't really have any glaring negatives. The game is very light, but you should expect that for the theme and also the size and everything. Like there's no bait and switch here. This is a super light intro level game. Let's talk about positives though. So go ahead with a positive, and then I'll do a positive.
It's fast and easy to play.
My first positive is going to be that this is a real-time game done right, 100% right. This is one of the best implementations on how to do a real-time game, and that is 100% because of the app. Now, you had mentioned you're not a fan that there's only one song in the app, but the app itself is great, don't you think?
Yeah, the app is really well done. I just wish that there was more options than just like the one song and the dude saying the same stuff over and over.
You wish there was more variety.
Yeah.
All right, it's your turn for another positive.
Well, it's really fun just like throwing meeples around.
It really is. Like the game is very high energy, very fast, very just grab the meeples, throw the meeples. Do I have anything that works? Yes, put it on the card. Don't know? Grab them and throw them again. Yeah. I agree. It is just fun. This is silly fun. Would you agree to that statement that this is just silly fun? And you know what? Sometimes you want, don't get me wrong, like I love heavy war strategy games, but sometimes you want a game that's just silly fun and you just want to like grab meeples and throw them around and pretend they're breakdancing and then put them on cards. I mean, come on. Because that's what this game is. It's just enjoyable. Like we played this game the other night with 4 people and everybody had a blast. We played it twice in a row. Anything else you wanted to add? Any other positives you wanted to add, or anything else you wanted to talk about with Breakdancing Meeples?
No, I don't think so.
There's not a huge amount to talk about because the game is very simple. It's very easy to learn, very easy to play.
Chuck some meeples on the table and then you put them up.
You grab the meeples and you throw them like you're rolling dice, and then you put them on your cards. All right. So do you want to go first or second in rating this one?
I'll go first.
Okay. How many stars out of 10 do you give to Breakdancing Meeples?
7.
I am right there with you. I'm also a 7. I think this is a good intro level game. This is a good icebreaker game. This is a good game to like decompress after like a heavy super competitive game. Like maybe you play a really heavy game, but you've still got a little time, and people are like, let's play one more game, and you're like, let's play something light though. Like this would be a good game to pull out. Like I think this game is great for those occasions. It's also really great as, like I said, a entry level game for people who haven't played much modern games, especially if they're a fan of like breakdancing themed stuff and 80s themed stuff, and you want trying to get them into modern gaming. I think this is a good game for that too. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. So there you have it. 7 stars from each of us. This is a game we could recommend to you if you think the style looks like fun. Very enjoyable little game, Breakdancing Meeples. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns on Breakdancing Meeples, feel free to put them in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this review and tutorial and you'd like to see us do more review and tutorials of games like this, be sure to give it a like, share it on all forms of social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Board Game Captain. That's Captain spelled with a K on YouTube. And until next time, game on.